Oh, that's enough about me. Hello, I'm Dr. Leonard Horowitz. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the greatest scientific and technological breakthrough in natural nutritional healing history. OxySilver, a silver oxygen nanoparticle, oligodynamic hydrosol. Now that's a mouthful. That delivers extraordinary natural immunity by energetically destroying disease-causing germs safely, effectively, inexpensively, and more powerfully than anything ever developed in the history of medicine. On this site, I will explain this drug-free electrochemistry miracle by sharing with you recent public access information compiled by experts, including scientists and medical doctors previously working for the government, including NASA space officials. These committed professionals helped to develop this breakthrough initially for astronauts, and now for you. The following information has been provided for educational purposes for doctors and patients by the nonprofit Immunogenic Research Foundation, Inc., the leading authority on silver hydrosol therapeutics. Most of this information is taken directly from their website, www.imref.org. Please follow along as I quote liberally from their public access slide presentation called Uniform Picoscalar Oligodynamic Silver Hydrosol, or UPOSH, state-of-the-art immune offensive. Heralding this amazing research upon which OxySilver derives its awesome potential to keep you and your loved ones healthy and immunologically fit, the authors referenced herein report, this unique silver hydrosol could be described more accurately as one of the most effective immune agents ever discovered. UPOSH combats even the most severe or resistant immune challenges. Never in the history of silver-based therapeutics has such an active form of silver been developed. Were such a nanotechnology product available 50 or 60 years ago, at the time when antibiotics emerged, many would argue that UPOSH would have rendered them obsolete. But due to the inadequate silver products that proliferated at that time, antibiotics flourished, and silver was largely abandoned as the immune agent of choice. As a result of this nanotechnology breakthrough, many silver authorities today are stating that due to the compromised immune state of the global village arising from deadly resistant germs, it is time to return to a widespread use of silver in medicine. Now, the objectives of the Immunogenic Research Foundation's presentation include understanding how the nutritional supplement UPOSH promotes comprehensive restoration of immune functions, understanding how to properly use UPOSH, and to be introduced to studies incorporating this incredible new technology. Now, recent surveys show that 75% of patients and consumers believe vitamin supplements improve immunity. 61% believe supplements prevent colds. 35% think herbs improve immunity as well. 28% believe herbs are invaluable to preventing immune problems. Now, many people understand that silver products likewise benefit people's health. The Immunogenic Research Foundation's investigators determined that there are three primary factors that determined whether silver products suspended in water might serve as active agents in a dietary supplement. These include the particle size, which defines silver's scale of biological reach, the particle charge that establishes the silver product's active state, and the particle concentration that defines the safety and efficacy of the silver hydrosol. These investigators determined that UPOSH perfects these three attributes, as confirmed by electron microscopic studies, atomic absorption analyses, and a major university study. This information was published in esteemed scientific publications and journals including the Progress in Medical Chemistry. Now here's what the electron microscope revealed about silver hydrosol's particle size being small enough to enter easily into cells and energetically charged to disperse evenly and thoroughly throughout the bloodstream, tissues, and cells, including its ability to get inside cells, where some germs like viruses and mycoplasmas function to cause disease. This is a comparison of standard colloidal silvers commonly sold in health food stores and over the internet, and the type that people make at home using colloidal silver generators, and this new oligodynamic silver hydrosol that can revolutionize infection control and all of healthcare. As we zoom in on the standard colloidal silver photomicrograph, you can see how large the particles are and how poorly dispersed they appear. That is an indication that they lack an electrostatic charge that, if present, would cause them to be evenly distributed throughout the solution and across the photographic field. Now compare this to the oligodynamic silver hydrosol's appearance under the same electron microscope at the same magnification, 100,000 times. Here you can easily see the huge difference in electrical charge and particle size associated with the silver hydrosol. This evidences a revolutionary technology that allows us to reduce risks such as the accumulation of silver particles in cells and tissues, as is called argyra, as well as increase the efficacy of the silver as a germ killer that mostly targets disease-causing bacteria and viruses, because these mostly attract the charge on this new cluster of silver oxygen dispersed in water. The substantiated claims of these industry leaders, esteemed investigators in natural medicine, include the safety and efficacy of the silver hydrosols at between 10 and 23 parts per million. These are very small amounts of silver that yet contain enormous concentrations, over 300,000 to 600,000 particles respectively per drop. The fact is, we have advanced even beyond this. OxySilver's unique manufacturing process, an extraordinary oxygen-silver covalent bond, produces dramatic increases in particles to maintain similar efficacy at particle concentrations of, get this, less than 4 parts per million. Yet, this new generation of hydrosols still annihilate germs in the human body and the environment as well when used as surface disinfectants, better than anything we've ever seen. In fact, the germs no longer stand a chance given this urgently needed new technology. Now, you have already seen the OxySilver label with the suggested teaspoon once or twice daily. We also recommend mixing 4 ounces of this concentrate in 1 gallon of water and drinking 2 ounces to 8 ounces every day. Officials at the Immunogenic Research Foundation published the Environmental Protection Agency's established RFD, their daily reference dose, for the ingestion of silver over a 70-year period. They stated that 360 micrograms was safe, and that 1 teaspoon containing 23 parts per million equaled 150 micrograms, whereas 1 tablespoon of 23 parts per million provided 345 micrograms. Therefore, they published that Uposh can be safely taken up to 2 tablespoons per day for a lifetime. They recommended that at the first sign of a cold or flu, typically doctors prescribe 1 teaspoon every 30 minutes on an empty stomach until symptoms lessen, then 1 every hour on an empty stomach for the next 2 days. For chronic infections, doctors prescribe 1 tablespoon every 2 hours on an empty stomach for several weeks to months. Other uses often prescribed by doctors include topical Uposh interventions with burns, cuts, eye infections, earaches, MRSA staph infections, vaginal douches with follow-up acidophilus implants, nebulized Uposh for lung infections, and rectal implants with Uposh for colon and liver infections, and even cancer. The scientific literature clearly suggests that Uposh's benefits as a dietary supplement include stimulation of overall fitness of the immune system. It's also a precision tool for immunity offensives, which means it targets what ails you. It stimulates immature blood cells to become fully functional adult cells. It enhances white blood cells to find and overcome immune risks. And it promotes a key white blood cell function essential for fitness. Finally, doctors will advise patients as to whether or not they are candidates for extensive op-osh therapy. Die-off symptoms are very common, associated with heavy infections that may include headache, nausea, dizziness, fever, malaise, muscle and joint pain, mental fog and fatigue, and occasional rigors. Detoxification procedures as well as good hydration prevent and mitigate these predictable symptoms. So there you have it, a revolutionary new nutritional supplement that gives you the equivalent of a vaccine-free, natural nutritional immunization without any intoxication. I hope you appreciate the timeliness and urgency of this life-saving, health-caring information, and try your first bottle of op-osh, that is, OxySilver, soon. I'm Dr. Leonard Horowitz, thanking you for listening, learning, and perusing the rest of this website.